India, and the first semester fees was paid by me and my family. Like, what if in future I would like to apply for a loan, a student loan? So can I apply it from the bank in Sydney, like SBI Sydney, or I have to apply it from India?
See, we are not a retail branch in Australia, so we won't be able to help you directly to get the loan, or your loan account won't be held in Australia. The loan account has to be in India, and it will be dispersed, and the documentation and everything has to be from India. But you being here and we are also here, we can definitely facilitate the process by helping you with the attestation of the documents and even documentation. Like once the loan documents are ready, like the legal documents, they need to be signed off in front of us. So the branch sends the entire set to us, and we call you, you sign in front of us, and we send the entire set back to them for them to disburse the loan.
So like, is it possible, me being here and my parents being in India, they can apply for a loan? Like,
yes, they can. Yes, they can. You might have to give them the power of attorney. So if I have to lay down the steps for you, first your parents should get in touch with the branch where you have your account, or whichever branch they are banking with, to get the checklist for the loan to be applied for. Get the documents together, get them certified. Once they might need your signature and some of your documents. Those documents we can attest from here and send them across. Once they get the entire set of documents, the loan is sanctioned, then you are required to do documentation, which means signing off on the legal papers. That can be done in two ways. One is power of attorney, and the other is that you come and sign in front of us here, and we send the entire signed set back to India. So you check with the branch what is the best way forward. They will be able to guide you, and we can only facilitate the process from here.
Okay. Also, one of
this entire situation, sorry, I'll just complete.
Okay.
In this situation, the couriers to India are not working. They have been stopped by all courier companies. So if you're looking for this to go through while the COVID situation is on, it might be very challenging.
Okay, like one of the last questions that I'm having is, it's a bit irrelevant, but it is like, our university is providing hardship fund of like 0% interest up to $3,000 loan.
Okay.
Like, this is because there is, like, due to the COVID-19 things. So is SBI Sydney providing any kind of schemes where we can, like, the students who are like in the international students, those who are in Sydney and having an SBI account back in India, can apply for any kind of loan which is 0% interest payment, like, just because of this problems that we are going right now?
I appreciate your question, and I completely understand the situation which it is like right now. But unfortunately, we are not a retail branch here, and we can't do retail loans. We are not like a branch in India. We are a commercial branch. So the answer to that question is no. We can't give you loans from here.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Thank you, Rahul. And we should go next with Zinia.
Hello, ma'am. My question is similar to Rahul's question. It differs in that I have already applied for the loan, education loan, back in India when I was there in Delhi. But due to some audits which were going in the SBI branch, it could not be sanctioned. And then I came here in Sydney, and the loan didn't sanction in front of me. The same question is like, the process is like, we have to sign the bond agreement in front of you people, right? So is it possible that after all this COVID gets over, because I have taken two loans, one for myself and one for my brother against a property. So the survey of the property could not happen because of the audits, and then this corona happened and all. So what is the possible option after this COVID gets over? Then the documents can be couriered here to your branch, and then we can sign in front of you, right?
That's right, but we would request you to get in touch with the branch first. The branch should send me an email saying this is the situation and they're going to send such and such documents, because these are highly sensitive documents, and we should be made aware that we should, we're going to receive
exactly, ma'am. Exactly. So how do I contact you? Because my next fee is due in 2 months. Okay. So it has to be done as soon as possible.
2 months is looking slightly short duration for this situation to settle down, and for everything, for you to be able to come and sign documents to reach India for them to disburse the loans. But
the question is that why, when your bank in Delhi, you also told us that the loan has been not yet been sanctioned, right?
It's not sanctioned because some audits were going on when I was in Delhi in the month of Feb, in the in the month of Feb. So they said there was some delay because of the audits. The employees were busy in the audits at the branch, and they said they will be doing it after the survey of the property and all. So because I had to come here, so my father said that he'll courier the bond agreement to me here in Sydney, and I can get it signed in front of you people here, and then it will go back to the India. But the situation is very critical now. That's all Corona, and it can't be it can't have come here the bond agreement.
No, you have not answered my question. But the loan has been sanctioned, or it's still yet to get sanctioned?
It's not sanctioned yet.
So
We have paid that $10,000 money, which it takes, right? I don't know what exact it is called. I don't know which amount it is called. 10,000 each for each loan. What is it is?
The margin payment, or that
So, question very simple. First, you get your please share the correct status of the loan paper. If it is sanctioned, then definitely we can step in and we can help you out. But if the loan has not yet been sanctioned, then you need to approach to the branch and check up the status of the loan sanction. Once the loan,
so can I approach the branch in Sydney at George Street?
No. So you have to approach to the bank in Delhi to whether loan has been sanctioned or not. Once the loan is got sanctioned, you can pass a message to them that you are agreeable to get documents signed in Delhi, in Sydney. Sometimes it so happens that my bank, though we are present in Sydney, my bank is also not aware of whether SBI exists in Sydney or not. So you also need to communicate to your bank in Delhi, that bank, State Bank of India branch there in Sydney, and they are ready to help you out. So that they will send the document to us, and
they are well aware. They are very well aware that we have a branch in Sydney as well.
No issue. So first, only two steps. First, you get to know is your status of your loan sanction. Once it is sanctioned, please come back to us. We will try to help you out in whatever the situation you are in.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So thank you, Xenia. And the next one we should go for Danish. Just unmute, please. Yes. Can you please unmute? We can't hear you, Danish. I think he's unmuted.
There's some problem with his mic, I think so.
All right, we should go for the next one. You should just join the meeting again. So that will be and next one we should go for Sai. Sai, you there? Just unmute, please.
Good morning, sir. My name is Ashwin. I'm doing Bachelor's of Information Technology at the Australian Catholic University. Firstly, I have two questions. Firstly, you had said your branch is not a retail branch, so you cannot allocate any interest or subsidized loans to us. Is there a provision from which we could pull out funds from India? Basically, what I wanted to ask, is there a provision for us of subsidized or interest-free loans available from the branches in India? Is that available, or is it just that the branch in Sydney cannot allocate the funds, but it's available? What is the scenario?
Sai, honestly, so far I haven't heard of a policy or a product that has been rolled out just for helping the students even in India. But if there is any loan that you have in India and you need to get the funds from here, you pretty much follow the steps that I described in the beginning of the session through online banking. But right now, I'm not aware of any loans which are being sanctioned in India for helping the students who are abroad in this situation, or neither can we do these loans from SBI Sydney.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, the second question is on the current exchange rate is 48 Indian rupees to $1 Australian dollar. So after the coronavirus scenario has ended, what is the probability or how likely is this currency exchange rate to increase? Because after the coronavirus, if it jumps from 48 to 60, that 12 rupees will cause a huge difference in the amount we are remitting, because bulk amount is being remitted in the form of SEM fees. So how do you think we should go about this? Should we stay put, or should we be proactive with transferring the funds.
Sir, you are looking for answer for remittance of money from India to Australia or from Australia to India?
India to Australia, sir.
Yeah, in India to Australia, then this is the right time because your Australian dollar currency is weakened at this moment, and therefore it's the best time to remit the money from India to Australia, because you will get for getting one Australian dollar you require lesser amount of Indian rupee.
So what I want to ask, is it likely that the rate will increase in the future after Corona? What do you think, sir?
I'll tell you that between mid of March until now, the Australian dollar has appreciated, which means that Indian rupee has weakened. So already, I think middle of the March, the Australian dollar was available at 43 rupees. Now the Australian dollar is available at 48 rupees. So I think going ahead, this 48 rupees may become 49, but it is very unlikely that it will come back to again 43 at this moment. Of course, we are the banker. We are not a speculator. So we can't tell you that exact in what way it will move. But I can tell you that the past record is that it was 43 rupees, 40 something around middle of the March, and today is 48 rupees.
Okay, that's it, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sai. And we should move. The next one is Ruben.
Yeah, hello everyone. Gurnam, first of all, thank you for arranging this call. I've noticed nobody thanked you to begin with. And obviously, thanks to Pranay and Stuti to be part of it. See, now my question is, so just to give you a background, I have been with banking in India with HDFC, Kotak and IndusInd for over 7 years. So I was quite happy. Stuti was really helpful. I could get what he was saying, which I think most of the students were finding difficult to find out. Now, I'm speaking on behalf of some of my students in central Queensland. They have some accounts. So some of them are Nepali students, and because of the virus, most of them have lost their jobs. So what this means is they cannot pay their fees for the next semester. So they might somehow pay it for this semester, but next semester is going to be very difficult. So again, that comes back to Rahul's question. So if you guys are not offering spot loans, since this is not a branch here, can you consider this as some leads which we can send back to India? Because I was in sales, so for me this is like a big opportunity for people back home. For them, obviously not considering because of the virus, but it's obviously loan and you're facilitating students, and at the same time you'll be able to pay the fees. So who would be the right person to approach? Because like here in SBI,
the something like that, the two aspects. One aspect is that welfare aspect, and second aspect is the commercial aspect.
correct.
So we are the bank. We are not a welfare organization. So for the welfare measures, definitely government has to step in the student or whosoever under the
Correct.
financial difficulty.
Correct.
According to me, that the right forum will be the government, whether in Australia or whether in the India, to raise this kind of the questionnaire. We are the bank. We are the bank in Sydney also, and in Australia also. We in Sydney also, and back in India also. We are the commercial organization. There are the two way we handle. If the government to come out with any program, and they ask the bank to support, then definitely our role come into the picture. Second one is that bank also come out with time to time certain measures. The bank already has come out with a certain measure back in India that regarding deferment of interest or installment, as there in Australia also. So these measures has already been adopted, but unfortunately the bank is not under the welfare arranger or welfare maker. It is duty of the government to decide.
Correct. So my question was, who do I connect to share? Because I have list of around 50 plus students who are interested to take loans immediately because they've stopped work, so they cannot
Exactly.
pay for the next semester. So
Now, for the loan, definitely every student's parent has to approve to the bank in India.
in India, okay.
In India, definitely.
Mhm.
And as we mentioned that in the beginning, and repetitive, we are saying that in Australia we are not a bank which
Yeah,
is
of course,
in
commercial. Yeah, I got that.
yeah,
Yeah.
we are not in retail, and therefore we are not in the right at this point of time to offer education loan as a part of my offering.
So only remittance as a corporate banking, like commercial banking, correct? Just
Yeah,
remittance and
no,
okay,
remittance
okay.
is for the individual and for the call.
Okay, because my impression was SBI Bank. First of all, I didn't know. I was really happy that there is a branch in Sydney. I saw the branch, but I didn't know you guys sit as well at this branch. Because I thought it was just a retail branch, and then it correct. So you corrected me. It's not a retail branch, and
We are
it's
not
the
in retail
impression, right?
moment,
Yeah.
but we are on the phase of connecting with some of the local retail banks,
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
then those retail banks will be we will be trying to bridge between the one of the retail bank and we. So that's the
Oh, lovely.
that
That'll be
process
good. Yes. Yes. Yes.
But
come up.
also, Ruben, I just want to add that Pranay as SBI also can help your message to the bank in India, whoever the
Yep.
branch
Yep.
is. If
Exactly.
you have
Yep.
any student or any query, that's the only reason is the call, because I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
Pranay being as a SBI, and many of the students who are studying here, and they having a bank account from India from SBI, so loan process, anything he can explain you for the further
Perfect.
detailed question. I don't think so he have answer, but yes, certainly you send us a query, what exactly is it, we will work out. And Pranay, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Is there anything like in future, because I know you this for international student is a lot of international student have a loan for study and they paying over there. So is there anything you recommend, or it will you can take a question from here that can be little interest free somewhere in India by whoever took the loan, at least from the SBI? But any support you guys actually doing for international student, not only Australia, I'm talking about around the world, because I think this is a world, this bank branches is everywhere, Singapore, London, everywhere. So I think this, what do you think? Is there any possibility for?
Possibility for?
Is there any possibility that is something will SBI will support in terms of interest rate will little down, or some support for international student?
I'll come back to it. See, there are couple of things. Couple of things regarding international students. I'll tell you we have SBI. We have a scheme called SBI Advantage, or some student advantage scheme is there, and there are only 6 countries in the world, and Australia is also one of them. Like all the US, UK, Canada, Singapore, and Australia and New Zealand. Only 6 countries in the world where the SBI has recognized that the cost of the education and the cost of living is very very high, and the loan amount goes up to the $300,000. So this is one thing. Second thing is that their interest rate is very very competitive, and I'm aware of that because of this coronavirus, the bank is taking extra steps, and now these loans are linked to the what you call the benchmark rate. It's called the benchmark rate at the moment, and at this moment the rate of interest are the rock bottom, and therefore I don't think so there further chance for the going interest rate far below. I think already interest rate should be in the single digit, maybe 6 to 7% or 8%. I'm not very much aware of, but definitely the rate of interest is at the moment is very very low. And then the couple of the things what we do that for the international students, I have also received a couple of inquiry from my Indian counterpart where they want that we should certify the credential of the student. We have also done that one. Suppose you are applying an applicant to the any education loan back in India, we also bridge the gap for the identification of the student, and we also certify to the sometime, because back in India they do not know that whether Griffith College is there exist or not, or whether Melbourne University, what is the ranking of Melbourne University. We also bridge the gap, and we also certify to my counterpart back in India.
Thank you, Pranay. The next one we should go with Dhanesh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dhanesh, unmute, please.
He has sent a message like he has some technical issue with his mic, so he won't be able to ask any question.
Okay.
Like if you can see
do
the
that,
chat tab.
can you message his question to you or to Gunam, and then you read out the question, and then we can
yes.
Yes, Pranay, it's in the Zoom chat. Probably if you just want to go.
Yes, what is the question? Can you explain, read, please?
Yeah. So the question that Dhanesh is asking, like, I'm the president of UTS Indian Society. He had some doubts, but I believe most of it are already answered. So he really want to appreciate Kunam and SBI for doing the meeting and assisting. So I think he just want to convey the message. He didn't have a question, so most of them seems to be have been answered. That's what he's saying. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Danish. And the next one we should go for Balu. Please unmute.
Yeah.
Hello.
So yeah, my question is like regarding the because of this all this pandemic, the interest rates are getting down, and it is that like right now, since we couldn't afford anything over here to manage, so as like government also have said like if you can't afford, you have to get back to your home country. So it's like a lot of here at UNSW people are getting panicked. So is there any options like SBI that could help us in terms of financial support or anything?
Thank you for
That's
your
No,
question, Balu.
no. Let me
Yeah.
say, see, SBI in Sydney, we have very limited scope to support, and back in India also, that the bank has a different role to play. Please understand that we are a commercial bank.
Okay.
What we can do that if your parents are trying to support over here in Australia, and if they want to and if you want to seek your parent support through SBI, so your parent can go to the SBI back in India, and we can definitely we can connect with your
Okay.
parent back in India, and through that whatever possibility will be there, we will try to help you out.
Okay. But the thing is like a lot of people are getting panicking, like they want to defer next term because of high cost here. So they're like getting back to India is like one of the point for all of people at UNSW. And it's like since there is no support for any financial thing, so all are like they're like more afraid of like
See, the
they're not like pretty sure like what to do next.
no, see, Balu,
uh,
I'm
So
repeating the same thing.
yeah.
As a matter of information, we as a bank, we support, we try to support, definitely we'll try to support. But support has to come from your origination or
Personal side.
your parent. And
Okay.
in the process flow of the support, wherever we have a role to play, definitely we will try to play.
But the thing is, as you said, now SBI is not currently giving any loans.
As
Like
we mentioned that we unfortunately we do not have that education loan as a product over here at this
yeah.
moment. So we are not offering.
Okay. Then where will the support be available, sir?
So
So the
that's what.
support, I think
So
there is a different organization. Rapana, let me complete. This is the session for the banking matter where you actually get the support from the not support from the bank, but the query what you are facing currently. There is a different organization. You can contact us, write us an email. We can
yeah,
help you
sure.
in terms of support you're looking for, Balu.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
So Reet is, I think we have covered most of the questions and the people, I think, and unfortunately we could not able to go live because the Zoom link has been broken from their side, but it was live on YouTube, and also we have recorded this session, Pranay, and we will upload it on our YouTube channel. So maybe
Sure.
anyone you wants to share this video or more people can listen. What has been, I think most of the question has been already cleared any doubt. And as the last question, I think Rahul told me. Rahul, what was your question? Sorry.
Yeah, like I have one of the questions. Like as a recent news was that the Australian banks are providing a time deferral for the loan to be paid. So is SBI thinking of any of such things, like they can give the students, like those who are having the students loan, 6 to 8 months time deferral to pay their loan?
So definitely back in India, if you have any loan, the RBI has already come out with the deferment of the installment and interest. So that option is available back in India as well.
Okay.
All right, Reed, all good. You want to say something or anything you want to add up, Reed?
I think we are already top of that. So I think just wanted to thank everybody, especially Pranay Stuti, for coming to the session and answering a lot of queries that we have from the students in here. Just wanted to thank everybody as well who just joined in here. So guys, if you have any other question, just send in an email so that we can take that offline with Pranay and Stuti and get back to you as soon as possible.
So,
Yeah, sure.
Pranay, you want to say something? The last thing, something positive, something happy, happy.
Gurnam, thank you and Rickpal, both of you, to organizing this interactive session. It's a quite useful for us also, because we through this we come to know that what's the problem, and wherever the opportunity will come to us, we will raise this issue, what the feedback what we have got from every student, and definitely we will try also to improve our quality of service and our commitment towards the student. Definitely, we have this point are very valuable for us. I think with that point, I think many will thank to you for organizing this event.
Thank you so much for your time and your team to doing a great job. And I think anything we just knock your door. No
Sure.
worries. Thank you guys.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for joining.
Thank you. Just, if you don't mind, just share that link once it's posted on YouTube or other social media, so that we can share it with our customers as well, because we did circulate the link, but I don't think people could join directly on the live page. So yeah, we would circulate that link as well for people to
Yes,
get.
yes.
Sure,
Definitely, I will do. We just could not able to go live because everything was set up, but Zoom has sent the message. It's like overflow, and the Zoom, everything is on the internet going Zoom to live, and it's very hard, the technical work. But that's the social distancing. You can actually imagine how the work is going. Guys, please stay tuned for the next video. We're actually doing with the university's chancellor and one of the special guests. Thank you, and looking forward to see you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.